Yo, what is going on YouTube? What is going on Raider Nation? Welcome to a lunch break live stream, man. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We drop daily Raiders content. I do play-by-plays. I have a podcast. I do breaking news. Everything you need right here, all in one shot, man. Right here on the RaiderBen 2.0 channel. Once again, man, everybody's support is always appreciated, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man. Wild Turkey, Gord Peterson, Charm City. I see all you guys, man. I know there'll be more people pulling up as well. Damn, what a week makes, right, ladies and gentlemen? What a week makes. Fucking last week we were fucking talking about, what up, Sammy? We were talking about fucking Davante Adams, fucking unhappy, doesn't want to play here anymore. What up, Josh? Should the Raiders move on? Should the Raiders not move on? What up, KP? Just so many questions, 2 cents. What's up, man? And like I said, man, 1 week later, obviously, we took an unfortunate loss at the hands of the Denver Broncos on last Sunday. But, it is what it is, man. It's time to move on. It's on to Pittsburgh. I'm not going to sit there and dwell on that Broncos loss. It was ugly, but, it is what it is. What up with you, cool Kev? Nice to see you, bro. So apparently we talked a little bit about it yesterday. What's your guys' thoughts? Do you guys want to keep Davante Adams? That's a question I'll ask you guys. What up, Istada? What up, Jerry? You guys want to keep Davante Adams? I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this. So I've said this countless times, right? I want players that want to be Raiders. I don't care if, you're Davante Adams, or you're fucking DJ Turner. What I mean by that is I don't care if you're great. I don't care if you're mid. I just want players that want to be here, that want to be Raiders. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot convince somebody who don't want to play for you to play for you, bro. And 9 times out of 10, if they don't want to play for you, what up, Pedro? 9 times out of 10, if they don't want to play for you, they're not going to go out there and give it their all. And, in all honesty, since last season, Davante Adams' body language has just shown me that, I just don't think he wants to play here anymore. I felt like the quarterback had a lot to do with it. I think once we named Gardner Minshew the starter, DA was like, man, fuck this, dude. Like, this guy's not going to be able to get me the ball. You know what I mean? I don't want to say it's a coincidence. I'm not even gonna throw fucking Antonio Brown's name into this, because he never really played a snap for us. But I don't think it's a coincidence that, we had Randy Moss and, he didn't really do shit. Probably one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game of football. And then we had Davante Adams come, and looks like he doesn't really want to play here neither. What up, The Truth? I don't think it's a coincidence. What up, Modfather Jesse? What up, R. Gonzalez? You can't expect to go out there and just get these big name superstar wide receivers and try to bring them in and not have a quarterback. These guys, we'll just talk about Davante Adams in particular. Davante Adams is on the precipice of breaking a lot of, current NFL records as a receiver. And I'm sure he wants to do that. What up, William M? I'm sure Davante Adams wants to go down as probably the greatest receiver of all time. What up, Eastsider? Even though that's probably never going to happen. I just don't see anybody ever breaking Jerry Rice's record. But the only way he's going to be able to do that is by going to a team that has a quarterback. And the Raiders, unfortunately, with their current state of affairs, we don't really have a competent quarterback. As much as I like Aiden O'Connell, he's definitely got some developing to do. I don't expect Aiden O'Connell, in his first, what up, Most Hated? I don't expect Aiden O'Connell in his, it's hard to even say. Aiden O'Connell's kind of still in his rookie year, because I still feel like you got to play 16, 17 games before you're not even considered a rookie anymore. So in all honesty, I still kind of consider Aiden O'Connell a rookie in a way. And he's going to have a lot of things that he's going to have to work on. What up, B Raider? So like I said, I just don't think we're there yet. All in all, it's going to be tough for the Raiders to move Davante Adams because of his contract, man. The Raiders don't want to pay him nothing. The Raiders want to cut ties with Davante Adams. They want to send him on his way, get him to, wherever the fuck they can get him to, but they don't want to give him no money. And it's going to be hard not only to try to, and not only that, they said they want to try to, they don't want to take less than a second. I just don't see very many teams right now in the National Football League that are going to be willing to give up a second round pick and then pay Davante Adams like 35 plus mil for a rental. Because there's no guarantee that whoever trades him is even going to get him back next year. You know what I'm saying? His contract, he's still under contract for next year, but his contract next year, his number is extremely high, upwards of about $40 million, and it's got no guaranteed money on it. Players of Davante Adams' stature, these superstar players in the NFL, these guys don't play without guarantees. They're not going to go out there on the football field on Sunday and not play and not have guaranteed money tied to their contract. It's just unrealistic. I think with Derek Carr getting hurt, I think with Robert Saleh getting fired, those were his top two options. And I think, over the last week, that's dwindled, bro. Like, I don't know why the fuck he would want to go to the Jets. I don't really see them winning anything, dude. Like, I honestly had the Jets being trash anyways, dude. If you guys remember my show last year, I told everybody, bro, like, I don't think the Jets are going to be very good. I think Aaron Rodgers is past. His time has passed him by. He don't have Davante Adams no more. What up, Isaiah? He don't have Davante Adams anymore. So I felt like Davante Adams kind of made Aaron Rodgers who he was, and vice versa, right? I definitely think Aaron Rodgers helped Davante Adams' career, no doubt. But losing him and then going to a team with a unstable wide receiver core, like I think Garrett Wilson's a solid player, but he's young. You know what I mean? He's definitely still got some developing to do. They brought in a whole bunch of scrubs for Aaron Rodgers. They brought in Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard sucks, dude. You know what I'm saying? Allen Lazard's trash. They brought in Randall Cobb last year. Randall Cobb's fucking trash. So, I didn't expect him to go to the Jets and really do shit anyways. And they're the Jets, right, ladies and gentlemen? The Jets are fucking trash. When the fuck have the Jets done anything? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they've been better as of recently than us in terms of bigger success because, that year that they had Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, all those dudes, they end up going to an AFC championship game, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Or they definitely made some moves in the playoffs. But it's the fucking Jets, man. If you look over, the 20-year span of the Jets, I mean, who's their best quarterback in the last 20 years? And I would go out on a limb and say that Chad Pennington was better than fucking Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers sucks, dude. He does not look good. So I said, unless Davante Adams just wants to go stat pad or something, I just don't see the Jets being an option, man. The Jets are pretty much in full on blow the fucking whole team up mode. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Nathaniel Hackett lost his play calling duties to the infamous Todd Downing. You know how bad you got to be as a fucking play caller to lose your fucking job to Todd Downing? You guys remember fucking Todd Downing's trash ass? What up, Mr. Lopez? So that just, to me, if I was Davante Adams, I don't see nothing really intriguing about the Jets. If you go over and look at the Saints, he don't have Derek. He's not going to have Derek for at least the next 4 to 6 weeks is the timetable on Derek Carr's return, is from what I'm hearing, 4 to 6 weeks. And, if he goes over there, he's going to have to wait 4 to 6 weeks, and he's going to have to play with Spencer Rattler or Jake Hayner, whoever the fuck starts for the Saints going forward. And I just don't think that's a very interesting place for him to want to play neither. It's like I said, it's just crazy what a week does, right, ladies and gentlemen? And shouts to the 40, hit the like button. It's just crazy what a week does, man, because this time last week, it's like almost for sure Davante was out the door. The Jets still had Robert Saleh. It didn't look like a complete fucking bonfire over there. The Saints still had Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? 1 week later, dude, fucking we name a new starter at quarterback. the fucking Jets blow it up, and the Saints fucking starting quarterback gets injured, man. So, you know, I don't think we're better without Davante Adams. I don't think you can go out and say that, you know, you lose a player. What up, James Furpo? You lose a player of Davante Adams' stature and really get better. I do believe it takes some pressure, like, off the quarterback to try to force him the ball. I would love to keep Davante Adams. I would love to keep him here. But it really just comes down to, like, if he really wants to play here or not. I said before there would have to be an amends made. I feel like Davante Adams and Antonio Pierce, I feel like they're both grown men. They're both mature men. I'm pretty sure they did have a sit down. They came to, you know, some kind of middle ground. And Davante is probably like, well, you know, if you guys can't get me out of here, you know, I'll play. You know, but I don't see Davante Adams coming back next year. I think this will be, you know, Davante Adams' final year as a Raider. You know, hopefully, you know, we can end this out. You know, I don't think we're gonna win a Super Bowl, but hopefully he can help us, you know, possibly get to the playoffs or, you know, possibly win a playoff game. And, you know, it's crazy thinking about that, you know, the playoffs and shit like that with the way that we've looked over the, you know, the first 5 games and, you know, all the injuries that are slowly starting to, you know, amount for the Raiders. But anything's possible, man. Anything's possible. The Raiders got to turn something around. Like I said yesterday, man, like if you're not going to fire your offensive coordinator, what up, Dr. Feelgood? If you're not going to fire your offensive coordinator, if you're not going to fire the head coach, you got to move on. You got to move on from the quarterback. It's just the way it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's changes that have to be made. Minshew wasn't helping out any of our wide receivers. What up, father and son football? He, in my opinion, he may have been holding back some of our wide receivers. I mean, we haven't even really seen Trey Tucker this year, guys. Like, Trey Tucker's been on the side of a milk carton for the majority of the season because we just don't have a quarterback that can get him the ball how he needs to be given the ball. Like, Trey Tucker is a deep threat. We got to throw the ball down the football field. And Minshew's just not that kind of quarterback, dude. He's just not a down the field vertical threat type quarterback. I mean, he can throw the football down the field. We talked about it before, but the accuracy on them deep passes is just not where it needs to be. So, you know, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised if Davante Adams leaves. You know, I'm hearing rumblings that they may just put him back on the field to try to increase his trade value, give him some targets with Aiden O'Connell. He possibly could still be traded by the trade deadline. I've said before, I think Detroit's a perfect option for him. I think Detroit thinks that they're on the precipice of winning right now. And Detroit, they kind of have something we need, which is a quarterback. I mean, I don't know how much Hendon Hooker is going to be better than Aiden. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you could trade him over there. You get Hendon Hooker, you know, and let Hendon Hooker come over here and see what he can do. I think Hendon Hooker's worth a second or a third round pick. So, you know, you can pretty much get that in return from the Lions if you're just willing to go ahead and take their hey, what's up with you, Jump Man? Salute those, man. If you can take that and send him to a team that may give him a chance to win now, even though, like, I'm a firm believer of, like, fuck sending him where he wants to go and fuck sending him somewhere where he's going to win. Fuck it. Send him to the Browns. Send him to Carolina. Fuck it. Send him to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to send him anywhere if we're not. You guys know me, bro. Like, I'm a firm believer of that once a Raider, always a Raider shit. That shit only counts, dude, once a player retires, bro. Like, I'm not rooting for a player to be successful once they leave my team. That's just not me, bro. Especially, like, if said player never really lived up to the expectation that they were supposed to live up to for us. You really think I'm going to fucking root for another fucking player when he leaves my motherfucking team? No, I am not. That's why I don't want Derek Carr to succeed. I don't want any of these dudes to succeed. Like John Simpson, I'm sure he's still on the Ravens. We played the Ravens. I'm glad we beat them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't want to send Davante Adams somewhere where he's going to win. You know, if he wants to do us dirty and Yeah, 'cause I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I can just go off, what I've heard and what we've all heard and shit like that. And if he's acting like a crybaby behind the scenes, bro, why would you reward somebody for acting like a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just not me. Like, if your kids go in, like, say, let's make an analogy here, right? And it might not be the best analogy because I'm not the greatest at analogies, right? But say, like, all my parents out there, everybody that has children, right? Like, when your fucking kid acts a fucking fool, fucking disobedient and shit like that, and are you gonna go out there and reward that kid? Are you gonna go fucking take him to the ice cream shop or go buy him a new toy or something when they're not fucking being obedient and shit like that? Like, no, dude. If anything, go put him in the corner or time him out or something. Like, you're not gonna go reward them. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want them to do is I don't want them to reward Devontae Adams. Like, here, bro, like, we're so sorry. We did you so wrong. We fucking fucked you over here. Now go to the fucking Chiefs and win a Super Bowl. Like, motherfuckers was really trying to tell me that they would send him to the Chiefs. Bro, I don't give a fuck if the Chiefs is offering 2 first-round picks, dude. I don't give a fuck. Them first-round picks ain't gonna be fucking worth a fuck anyways. They're pretty much gonna be second-round picks. You know what I'm saying? I want no fucking second-round pick from the Kansas City Chiefs. Fuck that, dude. And then go see them hoist another fucking Lombardi, dude. They're already one fucking Super Bowl up on us now. Like, you want to give them 2, 3 more fucking Super Bowls on top of us, dude? I'm telling you right now, you send Devontae Adams over to Kansas City, bro. They're gonna be fucking. They're already probably favored to win the Super Bowl, dude. They're definitely gonna be favored then. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm a firm believer of just send him to a shit team, dude. Send him to the Browns. Send him to the Jets. Send him to Carolina. I don't give a fuck, dude. Don't send him to Kansas City. Don't send him to Detroit. Don't send him to what else other fucking team? The Bills. Fuck that. Nope. I'm not sending him to any of those teams, dude. I'm just not doing that. I'm not going to reward my player for being an asshole. I'm not going to reward my fucking player for not showing up to practice and faking injuries and, disobeying my coach. Yeah, cool, Kev. Send his ass to Jacksonville. Disobeying my head coach. Like, Antonio Pierce specifically said that everybody's going to play in the preseason, and Devontae Adams didn't play. So he's already not listening to the head coach. In all honesty, NorCal Raider Jesse, I don't think we're going to get much for him anyways, dude. Probably a bag of stale potato chips, dude. There's just not much of a... I think it's kind of obvious that there's not going to be a significant market for Devontae Adams. I mean, he's a 32-year-old wide receiver that's already past his prime, that's at the point of his career now where he's not going to get any better. If anything, he's going to get worse, and the injuries are going to start catching up to him. As you can see, apparently, with this so-called hamstring injury. Hamstrings are a bitch, dude. When you get old, we see what happened to Darren Waller. Darren Waller pretty much had to fucking retire because of his hamstrings being so bad. So, he's not the same player. I don't see very many teams even wanting to pay him $40 million or close to it, even if they didn't have to trade for him, dude. Like, even if we just released him and he wanted $40 million, I just don't see any too many teams that are gonna want to pay him that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what hurts his trade value. And then what hurts his trade value even more is that the main teams that he wants to go to, that he would probably sign off on going to, even though it doesn't really matter if he signs off or not because he don't have a no trade clause. Those 2 teams are fucking shit right now, dude. And they're going through severe dysfunction. Teams like the Bills, teams like the Lions. Like, I don't know if they're going to want that, dude. I just don't know. I think the Bills and the Lions, they probably already think they got something good going on over there already. Obviously, the Detroit Lions have something going good. They were in the NFC Championship game last year, so yeah, I agree. I think AP is the problem too. The truth. I don't know if you subscribe to my other channel, man. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel too, brother. But yeah, like I said, man, I just think the Lions think they may already have something good going on. The Bills are kind of questionable. I could definitely see the Bills probably trying to make a move on them. They lost Stephon Diggs last year. That wide receiver they picked up this year in the draft, they had all that hype. He's not really living up to all the hype that he had. I guess in that last game, he's had issues with drop passes and shit. And I think Charm City said it might just this DA shit might end up just like that Carr scenario. And if you guys remember the Carr scenario, eventually we were going to end up trading him, and then we couldn't get a trade partner, so we ended up just letting him go, and then he ended up going to the fucking team that we were originally going to trade him to. What up, Sal? So that's really what I see happening, dude. I think Davante Adams will remain on the Raiders for the rest of the year. I think it's mainly what up, Elijah Wildhorse? Long time no see. I think he'll remain on the team for the rest of the year. I just don't see a market for him. I mean, we have, I think, what did Ern say? Like the end of this month, I think, is the trade deadline or something. So, there's still time for the Raiders to decide what they're going to do. But first and foremost, he's got to come back from injury, right? Like, that's another thing, dude. He's injured. And if he's really injured, so you add the fact that he's 32, you add the fact that he only has like 2 or 3 teams that he really wants to go to. You add the fact that, he's at the tail end of his career, and you add the fact now that he's got a hamstring injury, which are just terrible fucking lingering injuries that you get, especially when you become an older player, and especially a skill player, like a wide receiver or a corner or a tight end or a safety, these guys that run a lot, right? So yeah, it's just trade value. Just to me, it isn't there. If the Raiders could find a way to turn around this season, what up, Jacobo? Say the Raiders, for somehow they find a way to turn this fucking season around, and say we make the playoffs and we get knocked out in the first round, or we make the playoffs and win, or whatever, just some kind of a taste of success, right? I think if we have just a little taste of success, maybe Davante Adams re-signs next year. We get him on a smaller deal. We add some guarantees on top of it, and he can finish his career as a Raider. At the end of the day, guys, I really do not care if we keep or we move on from Davante Adams. The main thing I care about is keeping the stability of our locker room and not creating distractions. If Davante Adams doesn't want to be here, it's a detriment to our locker room. It's going to create distractions. We don't need that. I want him here if he wants to be here. And that's just all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, guys, the actuality of all this shit, or the reality of all this shit, is superstar wide receivers do not want to play for teams that don't have a quarterback. That's all there is to it. Superstar wide receivers, they want to win. Unfortunately, we haven't done much winning with Davante Adams. I understand his side. What up, body snatcher? I understand. But I also understand the Raiders side of, if you're going to sit here and act like a drama queen diva, you need to kick rocks. So it goes both ways, right? So that's it, guys. My lunch break is only 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody who came through. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me know how you guys feel about Davante Adams in the comment section going forward. I got to get back to work. I'll be off work in 3 hours. I will be live tonight. Seahawks 49ers Thursday night football play-by-play with Benther. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. I know a lot of you guys don't give 2 fucks about either one of those teams, which is cool. What up, Steve DeLuna? But yeah, so as always, guys, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Go Raiders.